Welcome everyone, Farmer Cop here. This is going to be a guide to the Furniture Factory in the Farming Simulator 22 Platinum Expansion. If you have not ordered the Platinum Expansion yet, down below in the description there should be a link there to go ahead and follow and order it now. If you use that link or use code FarmerCop at checkout, it will go ahead to support the channel at no additional cost to you. So please do that if you have not ordered it yet. But anyhow, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into talking about the Furniture Factory. So we are on Silver Run Forest today, and if we look on Silver Run Forest right here is going to be where the Furniture Factory is at. We're going to use this one today for the example. If you do want to place your own, you can. If we go into the build menu here, we can go into production, and we can find ourselves this guy right here, the Furniture Factory. So it's going to look just like that. You can place it wherever you want. It's going to work the same. So you can either increase your production, or if you just don't want to use the one in town, you can do that as well. So there you go. Now what you can do to purchase the one in town is come up to the wrench here, hit R, it'll give you the price there. You're going to be able to activate it that way. Now we own it. So if we go into our production menu, it's going to show up here with all the different things that we can build. Now if we do go up to this wrench and hit R, it's not going to allow us to sell it. It's going to bring us into the production chain menu. So if we do decide to sell it, we can. If we go into here, in the build menu, we can go ahead and sell it. There we go. And then if we do sell it, we can just go ahead and buy it again if we decide to buy it again later. So there we go. We're going to purchase that again, and we now have the Furniture Factory. So if we go back into that production menu here, you can see under production chains, it's have the Furniture Factory listed here. Now any of your productions will show up in here. So a few different things going on. Over here we have what we can build. So we have armoires, chairs, and tables. There's just two different recipes for each. So we'll show you that here in a second. So you can see for planks long, it's going to require planks long and metal, whereas this one's going to require regular planks and metal. So it's just whether you're using planks long or regular planks. Same for all these guys down here. Planks long, regular planks, planks long, and regular planks. So all that is going to be the same otherwise. But if we take a look over here in the middle here, we're actually down here first. We'll talk about this first. So these are all, as you buy it, they're all going to come in as being active right away. Now I can go down here and I can deactivate them, and it'll say inactive here in the status. If I have it activated, it'll say running. But then when it realizes it doesn't have the materials it needs, it's going to go ahead and say materials missing. Now down here we have cycles per month. So this one, for at least the armoire planks long, it's 24 cycles per month, which means it's going to do this recipe 24 times per month in the game. And I'll talk about what this recipe means here in just a minute. So what that means is if you have it set to 1 day months, it'll do this 24 times a day. If you have it set to, for example, 3 day months, it'll do this 24 times every 3 days, and so on and so forth, depending on what that kind of divides out to with your month and day setting. So down here, production costs per month, this is how much it's going to bill you per month to run this production chain. So if you have that, just be aware of that. It's just going to bill you that. Now down here, the recipe. So this one, for every cycle, it's going to take 50 liters of planks long and 25 liters of metal to make 166 liters of armoires. So there you go. This one, 75 planks regular, and then 25 liters of metal there to make 166. And these ones, again, just 50 to 125. This one's 80 to 100, 75 to 125, so on and so forth. But you have all that, and the cycles are going to change, and so are the production costs. So what I'm going to do is we're going to go ahead and we'll activate a couple different ones on here, or we'll leave a couple different ones activated. We're going to do armoires, planks long. We'll deactivate this one for regular planks, and I'll deactivate these two for planks long. So we'll do one with planks long and two with short planks, and then this one's the only one up here that requires metal. So we've talked about these first two screens. Now this third part over here, the building storage, incoming materials. This is going to show you how many liters of each of the incoming materials you have. So it'll show you how many liters of planks long, metal, and planks you have in this production facility in the storage. Now down here, outgoing products, this is what you're making, your armoires, chairs, and tables. So though there are 6 recipes, these obviously both make the same thing along with these and these, so there's only 3 outputs down here. So down here, it's going to show you how many liters you have of each output inside your building. And then at the bottom, it says storing for all these. Down here, you can change the output mode if you have it selected. So I can go from storing to selling to distributing. If I have it set to storing, it's going to keep filling up until it has enough to make 1 pallet of armoires. Then 1 pallet will spawn at the pallet spawn point, which I'll show you in a minute. And then that'll keep happening until there's no more room for pallets to spawn, and this will start filling up until it gets full. If I have it set to selling, it'll automatically sell these in the store at whatever the best price is in here for those products. So armoires there, it'll find that price and sell it at whatever the best price is in there. And you will take a hit between 10 and 40% depending on your game mode and economic difficulty. So just be aware you're going to get billed a little bit more. You're not going to make the full sell price. So I don't actually recommend using that setting. And then if we go to distributing, it's going to take this and it's going to distribute it further along in the production process. So for example, if there was another production facility that required as an incoming material armoires, it would move those up into that and it would use them there. So I don't think you're going to be able to use this probably for a lot of these productions, at least for now. I haven't tested to see if the chairs or tables, which are required in the roller coaster production, if they'll automatically distribute to there. Haven't tested that, but otherwise I would just leave everything on storing to have pallet spawn, which is what we're going to do. Now if we hop out of the production menu and look at our production facility itself, we have a couple things to notice. We walk around here. We go to the back. Right over here, this is where our pallets are going to spawn in this little checkered box area. So this is where our pallets of chairs, tables, and armoires are going to respond. So over here, I have some pallets of metal, planks short and planks long, which you'd put into this dump icon right here to get them inside the facility. Now I'm using super strength, which allows me to just simply grab them and move them over. And then once you get them into the trigger point, you can see they'll automatically get entered into the facility, but you'll normally have to use a forklift to move these items in. So just be aware of that. But I'm going to go ahead and put some of these guys in here just so we have them in there when they're available for production once they're in there. So we'll just do that. Oh, those guys are going to tip over, of course. If they're tipped over, they don't like to go in. And then we'll get some metal in here. And that should start taking all of those guys in there. There we go. Now if we go into our menu, it's going to save real quick, auto save there. So you can see all these guys are now running because we have all these materials in here, so they're going to start working. Now what we're going to do, we're going to come around to the back side here, and we're just going to fast forward some time so you guys can see what the pallets look like for each of these different production items. So we'll just fast forward until we start getting some pallets to spawn in here. So that 5,000 times will go pretty quick. Give it a little bit longer. There we go. We got a couple of pallets. We got a pallet of tables and chairs out there. So I'm going to turn those productions off. We'll keep fast forward a little bit more time here until we get a pallet of the armoires. There we go. Big old pallet there. So if we go ahead and get into here, I'm going to turn that off just so we don't have any more of them spawning. And I'm just going to fast forward our time just so it's daytime, just so we can see a little bit better. If I fast forward us to noon, that'll be usually just the best just so we can see. There we go. So we have 3 pallets out here of our products. The first one over here is chairs. There's 1,000 liters you can see in that. Now again, I can lift it because I have super strength on. Normally you have to use a forklift. Tables, we have 1,000 liters of tables. Again, you can lift those with the forklift. And over here we have 1,000 liters of armoires. So there you go. That is how you make furniture. Now what you need to do to sell these, if you go into here, we go under the prices here per 1,000 liter in the selling area here. We look at armoires, you can see where you can sell them. If you take them there and put them on the trigger point, they will sell and give you some money. If we go down here, we can see where chairs are going to be sold. And then if we go a little bit further down here, we have tables right there. A lot of places that'll take tables, so you can sell them there. But there you go. That's how you're going to go ahead and produce furniture in the new Farming Simulator 22 expansion. If you guys enjoyed this video, please drop a like down below. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button up on the screen to join the Farmer Cop channel and turn your notification bell so you don't miss any future videos I may post. This has been Farmer Cop. Thank you guys for coming and for watching.